Well, hello there, everyone. Well, it's finally Friday, right? Fantastic Friday. It is February the 24th, year 2023. If you're a normal worker, Monday through Friday, it's almost your weekend. If you're a shift worker, it might be the start of your work week tonight or today. I don't know. Anyway, hopefully you're doing outstanding. Yep, and we're all connected. Everything's connected. Do you want to be wealthy? Do you want to be healthy? I think you want both, correct? So with that being said, I am Maskey Finance, coming to you from South Florida currently. I am not a financial advisor. I'm not a CPA. I'm not an attorney. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a nutritionist. I'm just Maskey. And the reason I'm talking to you about this topic, how it's connected, health and wealth, is because I have always studied a lot. I've always done a lot of research. I've always read a lot. I've been investing since I was in my early 20s. Okay? I've learned a lot in life. I've lived a life. I used to give talks in schools, and I had teachers who would tell their students something to the effect, listen to Officer Maskey. He's a wise person. And the first time I heard that, I was like, a teacher's calling me wise? Why? Why are they doing that? So anyway, why am I saying health and wealth are connected? As you know, if you've been watching my channel recently, and some of you watched yesterday's video, not as many as watched some of my other videos, but I talked about, I think I mentioned both Dr. Lee and Dr. Hyman. Did I say his name right? Hyman, I wrote it down. Yeah, Hyman. Um, I did end up yesterday, after I recorded my video, getting that book, Young Forever. Not Forever Young. Forever Young's in a song back from in the 1980s. Young Forever, okay, by Mark Hyman, Dr. Mark Hyman, MD. It's a fascinating book, absolutely fascinating. I strongly recommend you read Dr. Lee's book, Eat to Beat Disease, and Dr. Hyman's book, Forever Young. Dr. Hyman's written several other books as well. Dr. Lee is coming out next month. You can pre-order it, a second book, Eat to Beat Your Diet, but it's not a diet book. It's not a diet book. He's talking about how our metabolism system is connected to everything in there. Okay? But then, from the research I've done, the reading I've done, and remember, I'm human. We all have biases. Every single human being has biases. Okay? So with that being said, just realize that. Take what you hear, take what you read, take what you watch, and learn. Realize up here in your own mind, you're biased in some way because of your life experiences. Okay? So, but Dr. Hyman says a couple things which I found interesting. Many things I found interesting. One thing he said was, no matter what your condition is currently, no matter what your age, 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, no matter what age you are, what condition you're in, you can make changes today that can dramatically change your future and change your life, change your health. And I'm saying, if you make changes today, along with that, you can change your wealth, not just your health, but your wealth in your own mind, in your own body, in your own families. Figure it out how you become an investor and you become healthier than ever. Something Dr. Hyman says, what we consider normal aging. As I get older, and I go back, say, 10, 15 years ago, as I was around older relatives, what do they always talk about? Are you around older folks? What do they talk about a lot? They talk about their health problems, their health issues, what's going on with them, their doctor's visits, this and that. And they start taking more and more medication. Okay? That's gone back when I was a younger man. I'd see it with my grandparents. I see it with my dad. Of course, my mom died young when she was my age. I've seen it with older coworkers talking about it. Okay? That's kind of considered normal aging. As we get into our 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, how many Americans start, and other countries, start developing high blood pressure, prediabetes, diabetics, heart problems? I have a neighbor here, a guy I'm friends with, he's 73. He had a stent put in several years ago. Okay, why? Why? Because of his diet, I'm sure. Unless there's something genetic that he was born with. I don't think it was. Okay? And Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, dementia, stomach cancer, esophagus cancer, liver cancer. And multiple sclerosis, ALS, everything. All these diseases are not normal. They are abnormal. So based on what Dr. Lee, Dr. Hyman, and Dr. B, the fiber doctor, I forget his name. I got his book on Amazon the other day. I forget what it's called. It's like Fiber, Dr. B. Berkowitz or something. I haven't read it yet. It's on Kindle, at least yesterday, for $1.99. Okay, $1.99. All right. He's known as the Fiber Doctor. All right. But based on what I've been seeing in the videos on YouTube, from reading the books, blogs, watching other videos, I'm better realizing how it's all connected. Okay. What is the point of only being an investor and not caring about your health? Especially no matter what your age is. What is the point of doing that if when you're in my age, you start developing health problems? Yesterday I went to Walmart, my favorite store I hate, and I had 4 conversations with 4 different people on 4 different topics. One of them guys was Navy. He was wearing a Navy hat. He's 53 years old. He didn't retire from the Navy, but we got in a conversation because I was in the Navy. I did retire from the reserves as an ETC, Chief Petty Officer, but he did not. And anyway, when he was 50, had an endoscopy, and he said prior to that, occasionally he had acid reflux and something like that, but no problems that he knew of. He had an endoscopy when he was 50, and they found he had esophagus cancer, not inflammation, cancer. They tested it, did a biopsy. It was stage 2 cancer. That's what he said. He said he went through a 10-hour surgery, 11 hours with like pre-op or whatever it was, or post-op, whatever. But he said 10-hour surgery, and they removed his esophagus. I was like, how'd they do that? You know, your esophagus is like wherever it starts and it goes down and connects to your stomach. He said they took it out. He said the stomach, they moved it up and connected it up here to, I guess, the pipe, or whatever you call that piece in there, that body in there. So his stomach, there is no esophagus in him, he said. I said, that's cool. You're still walking and talking, you're alive. He said, yes. He said, every day I wake up, it's a blessing. And he was younger than me by a couple years. How many other people, when they're younger than me, develop health problems? All right. I don't know this guy. I did meet his wife. She was very, very big. Okay, that's all I'll say. But I don't know how they eat. So with that being said, can all of us avoid those problems? I dare say, based on what I'm learning, yes, we can. Can all of us get wealthy? I dare say, based on all that I'm learning, we can all become wealthy. We have to take that first step to start investing. It doesn't matter if you have credit card debt. Yes, you got to get out of it, but you got to get started on the process. Because if you don't start today, where are you going to be in 10 years? Where are you going to be? Okay? You, in 10 years, if you're still alive, will be 10 years older. If you don't start today or tomorrow or the next day, in 10 years, you're spinning your wheels still. You're 10 years, you got health problems, you have no money, you're, this and that. But if you start today, life will be different in some fashion in 10 years, and it should be in a better way. Okay? That's all you got to do is get started. I told another person yesterday, the most important step, the hardest step for everyone, but the most important, is to get started. I've said it on this channel. If you can buy your first rental house, even if you don't do it correctly, even if you make up and don't screen the tenant, you have to evict her. Yeah, I did that. Even if you mess up and your cash on cash return is only 5%, but you're working a job, it's enough. You can make it work. You learn from that. You got your first house, and then you learn, and on your second one, you get a better deal. You figure it out, okay? Sometimes, no matter how much you listen to a YouTube channel, no matter how many books you read, until you do it, you do not learn how to do it. It's the same way with your health, okay? I've reached out to several different people recently and asked them about what kind of food they eat and stuff. One did not respond to me at all about it. They told me they can't write it down. The other one told me what he eats. Another person said what they eat. Another person, and I will say this without calling anyone out: none of them are eating correctly. Okay, none of them. We should be eating approximately. We're all a little different. Okay, biology, we're all different, but we should be eating, all of us, somewhere between roughly 80 to 90% of our diet, plants and vegetables, nuts, seeds, that sort of thing, legumes, okay? And then the 10 to 15 to 20% meat products or some kind of product. Seafood, chicken, more so than red meat, okay? Red meat, a lot of times, is carcinogenic, okay? Something like bacon is carcinogenic. Do you know what carcinogenic means? It can cause cancer. When you cook hamburgers on the grill at a high heat, it becomes carcinogenic. Not saying you can't cook burgers on the grill every 4th of July and a couple times during the year, and that, for starting in your 20s until you're 60. Yeah, a lot of people do that. But those same people start developing health problems when they get older. There's no reason to get cancer in your 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s. There's no reason. I'm not saying I'm not going to get it tomorrow because I haven't always lived this lifestyle. I don't know what exactly is going on inside there, okay? But I'm saying, especially if you're younger than me, start today and change your future for the better. Because the one reason it's all connected is finances. If you get sick, if you get a disease, if you get whatever, the treatment to pay for it is expensive. Even if you have insurance, it's expensive. And it might kill you getting that while you're getting treated. You might die from it. So if you can prevent it from happening, and it's hard for me to reach you if you're in your 20s or 30s or even your 40s, because you're like, that's for old people. No, by God, get your head on straight. Just tighten it up and spin it around and get it on straight in there. Because what I'm trying to say is, the younger you are when you start, if you could go back to being in your mom's womb and your mom ate healthy, that's the best time to start. But if you could be a kid, that's the great time to start. If you start when you're a teenager, that's great. But there's documented cases of people in their 60s and 70s who have been obese, high blood pressure, diabetic, and on, more problems. And they've done radical changes with their diet. Radical change. Like not just eat a kiwi and do this, but a radical change. Within 3 months or so, they've lost a lot of weight. They've gone from being diabetic to pre-diabetic or out completely. Their blood pressure's gone down and health problems have gotten better. Cancer can go into remission. Problems in your body can disappear. Macular degeneration, when older people go blind, is not a given. Diabetes is a diet-related problem, type 2 diabetes, okay, not the genetic one, all right? Cancer is a diet and environment-related problem. We can all do our best to minimize and to eliminate these problems. And we can all, at the same time, in my channel, I will get back on this tangent of investing in other videos, we can all do what we need to do to become wealthy, to become financially independent. But you have to get started. And if you've already started, keep on going. Just keep on continuing. Okay? I know others. Sometimes you got to take a break. Sometimes life happens. You just got to take a break. But anyway, my oil returns came out just the other day. My mineral rights returns should be coming out today. I don't know exactly when I'll do it, but I was requested in a comment on an old video to make a fresh video about my oil investments and my mineral rights. I will try to do that sometime within the next week. Okay? But same time, everything's getting busier here. It's countdown time. Mazske is going to be putting this house on the market soon. My fence guys, They're not here yet. Hopefully they'll come today. There's always a chance I won't see them today. I was told if they don't come today, they'll be here Monday morning. Hopefully we see them today, but if not, we'll see them Monday. My pool deck is curing, and the guy stressed to me 3 days. Let it stay off it for 3 days. Especially don't put the pool furniture back on, but just stay off it, which is hard because it's dry to the touch. It's hard, but I don't want to damage it in any way. So with that being said, have a great day. Stay healthy and do get started on getting wealthy. Just get on that property ladder. All right? I'm here for you. I'm pulling for you. Reach out to me. Okay? I can mentor you from afar. You can learn from me from afar. I'll do what I can to help you the best I can. All right? Have a great day. Mazskes signing out.